Hello and thanks for joining me on this video. My aim here is to give you a quick view of the different types of plates that you can actually have engraved with custom engraving. I do custom engraving on my shop. I'll link you in the description, and this is acting like a bit of a catalog to help you decide which plate you want to use or buy. So what I do is I do a number of different sizes. I'll walk you through each plate. I'll give you information about them, what works well on the plate, what would be a good measurement for it, and also the custom options as well. So let's have a look at the first plate. The first one we're going to look at today is the S1, which is the silver 63 by 16 millimeter. It's got a round edge and it's an aluminium plate. The majority of our favorite customer plates are these aluminium plates. They're 0.5 millimeters thick, so they're good enough to be able to stick on most things, and they're internal grade. Now you've got a nice polished silver finish on these, so they look very luxurious and nice. You can basically have your own message engraved on this plate. This is the silver plate. You've got an option here to have up to 3 lines of text if you want really small text. The best advice on this would be if you have 2 lines of text. When we say 2 lines, I mean 2 lines stacked on top of each other. We would center it when we print it. With a lot of these, if we're not sure what you're asking, I will send you a proof image to show you what it would look like before we engrave it. That way we make sure to get the right message. And the font, you can decide what font you want on this. We normally give 2 options: Times New Roman and Block US one line. That just makes things easier, gives you less things to worry about. But if you have got a specific requirement, you can let us know and we can have that engraved on this. They always look better in real life because we can't give you that same feel when you receive them in a video, because there's a lot of glare on these, and also because they're shiny, a lot of reflections from your surroundings. So the next plate we're going to look at is the S2 Gold 63 by 16. This is a round edge plate. It's an aluminium plate. So yeah, the gold plate works very nicely. It's got a nice luxurious gloss to it, but overall it's a nice size plate. You can get a good message on there, and it's got self-adhesive back, rounded edges, and it works very nicely for multi-use. Things like if you have a pen case, urn where you've got like ashes in, this will stick very nicely on that. You've got other options like if you have a notebook, you can stick this on the notebook. If you have a laptop, you could even stick it on the laptop. Most surfaces it sticks to because it's got double-sided self-adhesive on the back. We are able to engrave this with your custom messages as mentioned, so you can keep an eye on the text styles available. We offer you the basic options to get you started, but if you have a specific requirement of font, let us know and we can have that engraved. Here's a quick look at a few examples of the types of things you can engrave on these plates. So I've got a few test samples that I did here just to show you. So if you have a logo, that's something we can also do. So you can actually send us a logo and we can have that converted and then being able to engrave it on your plate. So you can see how that looks. If you have a logo, it does take a bit of setup time, so that's something that we incorporate into larger orders. But if you have a specific order, do get in touch and that's something we can look at. So the next plate we're going to look at is the S2. This is in the silver, and it's a more rectangular, oblong, squarish type compared to the other long one that we first looked at. This one is very popular on the store, and a lot of people like this because it's slightly bit more firm than the longer one, and it's got a nice self-adhesive back. It's got a nice rounded edge, and you can use this on things like frames. You can use it on books, you can use it on notebooks, laptops, you can use it as labels for multiple locations. I'll show you a few examples of what things people like on there. We've got a picture of a logo of a dog here that we can also engrave. So remember, with these, anything you want, drop us a message and we can actually do them, whether it's a bulk order or a small order, we can accommodate all. And here you've got some turtle doves, so you can have a message in the middle, Valentine's Day, or even friendship messages, so having people attach this anywhere. We can even add a little border frame on the actual plate engraved of your design and have a message in the middle of that to give it a bit more of a classy look. So again, these are 50 by 25 millimeters and they work very nice. Next up, we're going to look at G2. This is basically the gold version of the previous one we looked at. Gold gives it a nice touch, it gives you a bit more antique style feel. It's got self-adhesive on the back, 50 by 25 millimeter round edge plate. Again, you can use this in various situations. It works very nicely with messages. You can have up to 3 lines of text or even 4 lines of text if you wanted to. The more text you have, we just have to make it a little bit smaller to fit on the plate. Alternatively, if you want something different, we can make a custom plates, remember, so that's an option. These are available in multiple quantities, so whether you want 1, 5, 10,000, that's something we can incorporate, and we've got the workflow behind that. Again, they're slightly firm, so you've got a nice firm location there. You can have logos on here, you can have things like a cat, a dog, anything you want really. We can create and engrave on there for you. Even your custom logo takes a bit of prep time, but just drop us a message and we can get that done for you. And with these types of plates, they can work very well indoors on most situations. They got a self-adhesive back. You can have lovebirds on there, Valentine's Day or friendship or friends. You can actually add their name on there and lots of love, thinking of you, that kind of situation with a heart on. So they're very customizable, and this day and age, they go down very well when people get something which is actually engraved on an actual piece of aluminium, which is quite interesting. So again, turtle doves here for friendship, and you can have a nice look at that. In video, a lot of glare can come on these, so it's difficult to show you, but we've done our best here to give you a good view of these. When you get them in real life, they're a lot nicer, and you can see them exactly how they are. And again, we are able to give bulk quantities and different varieties, so whether it's a couple of 100, 10, 20, or even 1 or 2 or thousands, that's something we can get set up for you. Okay, next up I'm going to show you a selection of custom options that I do. These are all shapes and sizes, so basically if you can think of it, we can make it. So remember, we have got our own system here where we can get a plate cut to your exact dimensions. So let us know what you want. It will be a millimeter here or there, so keep that in mind because these are all handcrafted. So for example, if you want 51, we'll get closest to that 51 millimeter that you want. So with the plates, they are all hand looked after and created for you, so you're getting a custom service here. And if it's a bulk order, you get that same turnaround with a faster speed. We will actually give you alternative options that help get you a quicker turnaround. So custom engraving, we've got our machine here that can engrave plates. We can engrave a number of different things. So if you have a tool, if you have some industrial equipment that you want engraved, if you can fit it in the machine, we can talk about that and get that done. Let me show you a few custom options here. So this plate was custom cut, it's square cut, and then we've had 2 different font types here. So our main trusted creators, and then a custom engraving font. You could even have a 3rd line on there. Looks very nice. And if you need to attach it onto something else and you want to use pins, you can request us to actually make holes in there for you. So we can make up to 2mm holes in the plates for you, ready for you to apply pins to. It does have self-adhesive back, but if you want to have that little bit of extra feel of elegance, you can use that. So on these, we've got a number of different designs we've done for customers. I'll share our examples because I don't really want to share customer photos with you of their products, but we will put some overlays where we are able to share. Here we've got a scalloped edge small plate. These have done very well on our Etsy shop. A lot of people love these, and we can accommodate bulk orders. So for example, if you wanted multiple of these, they work very nicely. It's just enough to have a message on there, a name, urn. If you've got pet urns, you're looking for something that is a memorable item, you can make these in different sizes for you. We also do fancy edge options, so diamond cut fancy edge plates. They're actually black in color, but when you engrave on them, the writing comes out silver. Again, it's self-adhesive back. With these, we've got a few different options in them. I'll put them in the custom category because these are more tailored, and you can see that nice effect around the edge, which is like a diamond cut situation. Very extreme, looks very cool, and when you get it in real life, you'll see how they look. A smaller size of this would work very nicely on additional options. If you're doing like a custom leather wallet, for example, you can have a box that houses the leather wallet and this as the main plaque. So there's loads of things you can do with it. Again, we've got plates here, custom cut, where we can have text in the middle. And if you want, you can have a square plate cut, but we can actually engrave borders onto the plate to give you that nice additional feel on there. So like a picture frame type quality. And they look very nice. Or you can go down the simple route, where you can have a simple gold elegant one with a simple message on top. And they do work very well. They're nice options to give you that extra feel and custom look on them. Once you stick it off, you get a nice clean edge. We also do larger plaques. If you have memorable jerseys, football shirts, and you want a nice plaque on there with your name or the dates on, as long as you let us know what you like on there, we can custom cut it to your frame, apply self-adhesive on the back, which is engraver's grade, and you can attach that to your frames, whether it's a large frame or a smaller frame. Aston Villa football shirts, anything really, Man United, whatever you've got, we can add little logos of footballs on there and make it even better for you. So that's rounding off some of the custom options I can show you. They are limitless. We actually offer additional options where you can engrave directly onto items. If you've got clamps, if you make industrial equipment, we can actually engrave your logos onto these items. We can arrange for delivery courier, however we work this out, if there's a volume of things you want done. You can see we've done wire cutters, we've done pliers, we've done mold grips, and there's a variety of fonts and writing you can have on these: the good, the bad, the ugly. A set of 3 little pliers, Allen keys. You can have little messages on there if you want like a fun secret Santa gift or a funny gift. We would engrave keys. If you're a motorcycle rider, live to ride, love to ride. Everything like that can be done. Because I do a number of these options on the store, we have actually got a few suppliers on board that we do work with, some manufacturers that need higher volumes. So we are able to turn around larger volumes. We're looking at 1,000, 2,000, 10,000. That's something we can deliver with our expertise that we've got on hand. And we've got a company set up. So at any point, if you want us to look through a personal quote, drop us a message. We'll get you a quotation sent out. Thank you for joining me on this guide video. I'm hoping you found it useful.